Hello, everybody. I'm TychoCelchuuu, and welcome to a Company of Heroes 2 shoutcast. I love how these little, oh fuck, they're paused, but the little guys run and get into their gun when the game starts. They're like, oh god, it's time to get going. So we've got a familiar face, or maybe some familiar faces if this player's face appears on all the faces of the troops. Whoa, look at those hills. Those are some weird ass hills in the horizon. Okay, so this is Lilac Judge Dredd 008, and playing as the OKW, facing off against the Soviets, being played by Ozena. Ozena seems like it means something in some language, and we have two Kubelwagons coming out. Just first thing with the ugly apples. Jesus, these hills are freaking me out. It's like we're in Tuscany or something, and the hills are at an odd angle. I'm streaming live on Twitch, twitch.tv/TychoCelchuuu. My follower count has like doubled or tripled since the first time I announced this, so that's great. Go ahead and follow me on Twitch if you want to see these things live. Nobody's watching right now because I started the stream 10 seconds ago. And the Sturm Pioneers have elected to take up residency in the center along with the conscripts there. So this is an interesting fight that would go on forever if the Sturm Pioneers hadn't left. That makes a lot of sense. Oh hey, look, we're up to 4 viewers. Hello everybody. Hello new viewers. So it makes a lot of sense to put your Sturm Pioneers in a building right off the bat when the game starts if they run into any enemies. Nice focus fire on those engineers. They're in some deep trouble. Nice job getting behind the shot blocker, but that might actually cost him in the end because there's no good retreat path from here. Whoa, actually I wasn't even paying attention to the health of the Kubelwagen. Might even grab yourself a Kubelwagen. So that was some nice play by the Soviets, and I think, yeah, that game of chicken really works out. Those engineers are going to survive. They're able to retreat with no issues. They're even going to cap the point. They feel safe over here on the right with the conscripts protecting them and beating the fuck out of Kubelwagen. So this is the thing. Your Kubelwagens, once they start taking damage, that's pretty much it for them. You got to drive them away or they blow up. This one got driven away, the other one got blown up. So anyways, we started off with that fight with the Sturm Pioneers in the building, and it makes a lot of sense to stick them in there because you know you're going to want to have them on the front lines repairing your Kubelwagens if you can, ideally. So you want your Sturm Pioneers out in the field. So you don't want them taking any losses early on. You don't want them taking too much health damage early on. Now, Lilac Judge Dredd pretty much forced to use them to fight because the Kubelwagens are getting themselves blown the fuck up. But the initial plan there was clearly to try and get as much capping done and as much utility done, like the barbed wire with the Sturm Pioneers as you can. But generally fight with the Kubelwagens and then use the Sturm Pioneers to repair stuff, and that hasn't worked. And now we're down to 2 viewers, so people briefly stopped in to see what was up, and they're like, fuck this noise, and they were out. So that was fun. Well, last thank you for the people who stopped by, and you can go burn in hell. So map control looking more or less equal. The Soviets being very aggressive with the capturing, not able to get this munitions down, I suspect. Actually, no, totally able to get it down. Why didn't I even look at the Sturm Pioneer health bar before I even said that? I'm crazy. So some nice focus fire there on the retreating Sturm Pioneer, not chasing them for 2 reasons, presumably. 1, doesn't want to run straight into the Volksgrenadiers and get shot at point blank, which is even worse, and number 2, wants to stick around on the munitions and capture it. But the Volksgrenadiers are sacrificing themselves to stop the decap on the munitions, and it looks like that's going to be fairly pointless, because there's just conscripts here for days. But at the price of focusing so much on the right, the Soviet player has given up the left, so there's a chance that things will work out. Why my recording software says I'm recording at 20 frames per second, so I'm sorry to people watching on YouTube. It's whining about storage. I guess my hard drive needs to warm up or some shit like that. Will this help? Nothing helps. Oh, that's it. There we go. Up to 26 frames per second. Now we're down to 20. It's a mystery. It's a mystery, folks. It's a mystery, and I'll have to sort it out later on. Maybe I'll just very quickly pause recording. Give me a sec. Alright, we're back, and I don't think that did anything. Maybe Twitch is destroying things somehow. So anyways, Soviets looking at a really commanding position here. It's going to be tough for the Auster to claw their way, or for the OKW to claw their way back after losing that quick Kubel, getting your Sturm Pioneers all shot up. Really having not so great map control considering the losses you've taken, and we even have minesweepers out on the Sturm Pioneers. Good call there, but I don't think we've seen any mines yet. Where are these combat engineers? Well, now we've seen some mines, so that was some pretty good prediction by Lilac Judge Dredd right there. Jesus, I'm still recording at 20 frames per second. Maybe I won't even post this if it's just awful for the people watching on YouTube. I'm so sorry. Oh, it doesn't even complete them up. I thought that was some like fucking next level shit. Like leave the mines basically uncompleted, and then I think they don't get revealed. Oh, Pro Diggy Iggy says you're back in chat. Yes, I am. So basically, I think it doesn't reveal the mines if they're almost built with a minesweeper. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I actually don't know because it's such an uncommon thing, and also I don't know anything about this game. But I thought it was gonna be this pro like leave the mine 90% built, and then walk away. The minesweeper people walk over it. The fucking minesweepers disappeared. Did I hallucinate minesweepers? Oh, you can put them away, can't you? Yeah, there's a button. Okay, I didn't hallucinate minesweepers. Thank God. So the idea is that like the minesweeper people come here, they don't see any mine, they walk away, and then you come back and you finish building it. It's like, surprise, there's a mine. But no, it was just a misclick. Oh, hey, I can finally look at what this doctrine is because it's not done. That seems pretty good. Okay, so Judge Dredd has picked a doctrine, pretty common breakthrough thing. It's nice to get these Panzerfüsiliers out without having to tech or anything like that. Just a nice little infantry squad. This Kubel, I was about to say, is fucked, but now it's double fucked because it got hit by the AT grenades. So we have a quick tech to AT grenades, an interesting choice. These guys also getting AT grenaded. I guess that's just to wipe the floor with the Kubelwagons. Because they have no chance, obviously, against these AT grenades. Once those come out, they have to kite at maximum range, if anything, or not even bother fighting, because anything else just gets them turned into these sort of smoking wreckage piles. I don't know how this Kubelwagen got away, but now it's going to get repaired, so that's nice. Some silver lining on the cloud of the failing OKW Kubel conundrum. I don't know why they go to the top of the church. I guess it's nice up there, but it seems like the windows are smaller. And you do make a target for yourself. Command point earned. Panzerfüsilier. So we've transitioned into the spam Panzerfüsiliers part of the game. The Soviets have done no particular build order teching stuff. It's just conscripts. And we do have a tier 2 out, and the Soviet player has just dumped some fuel into tier 3. Great. Tier 3 pretty standard. Probably going to see a quick T-70 out. That's a nice counter to these Panzerfüsiliers. They do have the anti-tank rifle grenades, so that's kind of annoying. And actually, somehow, while I wasn't paying attention, the OKW is really taking control of a lot of this map. Soviet player clumping up the conscripts a bit here over on the left to destroy that one Kubelwagen and then spread out and started capping, but mostly penned up in this church here in the center and then pushed off by that one Kubel on the right, and that means giving up map control, and suddenly things are looking good for the Germans. You could have surprised me on that one, and in fact you did surprise me on that one. I wasn't really expecting to see the Germans claw their way back in like that. Soviet player is just a bit slow, I suppose, with attacking to the quick. T-70 was focusing more on fighting and so on and so forth, and not teching to anything particular and getting all the grenades. We have anti-tank grenades, no Molotovs, but we do have medics back at base, etc., etc. And so that slowed things down a little bit, and the Soviet players, hopefully, from the Soviet players' point of view, are going to be able to claw their way back in with the T-70, but great job by the Germans sticking around even after those Kubel losses. The lesson here is that as long as you just position your units well and get some nice decisive fights, this is going to be painful if these people ever start firing their flamethrower. You can't just keep walking. Don't even do this. Why are you point blank? This guy's like, I can be one of the Germans. I am blending in. Although it probably should have been a Russian accent. Oh, the mine goes off. But I guess he would have put on a German accent to blend in with the Germans. It doesn't work, they get shot, they run away. So that was unfortunate. The flamethrowers could have done some pretty good damage to those people in green cover, because that is what flamethrowers do, bonus damage to people in cover. It's kind of the ideal situation because they're on this side of the green cover, which means they're not even getting green cover from the people firing their rifles at them. So it was just, it's just terrible all around, and the only reason the Panzerfüsiliers did so tremendously well in that fight is because the engineers wouldn't stop and fire. They were just given a move order to that one capture point. And so, obviously, the flamethrower can't fire on the move, and that was painful. Now we have a Maxim out, so that was a back tech to a Max, and that's very surprising. Why not just buy a T-70? I guess you don't have the fuel to buy a T-70. That makes a lot of sense to me. And the German player is sitting pretty on the fuel, and we also have a Kubelwagen. So, very amazing. Very amazing. Looking good. Some good cutoffs, really, by the German player. This fuel cache is going to be a little helpful in terms of getting that T-70, but you really need to relink this fuel on the right. And the German player realizes how crucial the fuel is. We've got this Kugelwagen that was sitting on that left-hand fuel for quite a while, and that was a good move, and just bumping up a bit to capture the VP, but I suspect at any sign, or I guess I was going to say at any sign of danger, the German player might try and just retreat and hold this fuel with the Kugelwagen, but now that we have Tier 4 coming up fairly nearby, maybe the plan will be try and lure the enemies to that Tier 4 or something like that. This is an interestingly positioned Tier 4. We'll have to take a look at that in a moment when all this fighting is done. The Russian player seems to be a bit of a fan of blobbing the conscripts. One issue with that is that you can just get fucking destroyed if you blob your conscripts, because someone will throw a grenade at you when you're not paying attention. Everybody's dead, so that was terrible. The lesson here is don't blob the infantry. Especially not, like, conscripts don't even need to be blobbed. There's no point to just right-click all these people and go around. They don't have any LMGs or anything like that. They're not like a roving death blob. You might as well be flanking with your conscripts. They've got the Ura even to get themselves in position. Pretty cheap, 10 munitions. Hey, these guys did it just now. Yeah, see, they can do this shit. So, no need to walk around with them in a blob. Terrible things. Terrible things will happen. So here's Tier 4. It's obviously in a position to cover this CP pretty well. It'll catch any Soviets trying to do this sort of thing. You need to cancel that mine immediately. Look how much damage they take when they're laying mines. That's what happens to builder units when they get shot while building. So, oh, where's the shoe mine? That's exciting. So yeah, Tier 4 obviously positioned to hold on to this CP. It's also really nice because the direct route to the fuel from the middle is pretty much covered by this Tier 4, as long as they've got sight by holding on to the CP. Someone coming around here, even like down this way, easily going to get shot at by it. So that means the only way your opponent's likely to attack the fuel is from the left-hand side of the map, and so you know you can just lock that down with a Kugelwagen sitting at the CP, or at the VP, or even at the munitions, which means it's much easier to push forward. Whereas before, to defend that fuel, you'd really want to hang back basically at the fuel. Even behind the fuel, looks like we have an incendiary grenade in here on the church. The nice thing about the church is that it's large enough that not everybody's going to burn to death instantly, but still, Soviet player really getting chewed up in these engagements. Is that some sort of infantry support gun? Yes, of course it is. We're finally having the T-70 come out. It's not built yet, but it's building, and when that comes out, the Soviet player is going to be much better off, because we don't have any Panzerwerfer yet. It's not a Panzerwerfer. What the fuck is it? It's called a... we don't have an AT gun yet, and Raketenwerfer. Thank Jesus. Okay, so we don't have a Raketenwerfer yet, so now that the T-70 is out, hopefully the Russian player can make something work. Hopefully, again, from the Russian player's point of view. I am very neutral in this fight, except of course I hate German people. So, VP check. Basically even. Very good. Where's the shoe mines again? Over here. Lots of shoe mines. Double shoe mines. You always want to build at least 2 shoe mines, because 1 shoe is useless. For obvious reasons. You can't just get around with 1 shoe. Well, so here come the AT grenades. That was from these guys. That leaves 1... Oh, they're retreating. I was about to say that leaves 1 Panzerfüsilier and 1 Volksreiter left, the folks in Faust. But didn't get a lot out of that. The combat engineers, are on the right capping, so that's unfortunate. You really want those combat engineers in position to repair, and this mortar is shooting at its own people, so I can't say that that's the best tactical decision that I've ever seen made. Someone named HolioG in the chat has used an emote that I don't recognize, so good on you. I'm not really down with the Twitch emote meta memes. And we have a Panzer IV coming out, so that might end the game real fast. It's like miscalculating your hyperspace jump and you end up blown up, or whatever that line from A New Hope is. That would be terrible. That would be terrible indeed. Here's this weird skin. Modern Warfare No Life 2. So these guys are huge pro gamers. They love the Mountain Dew and the Doritos. They're definitely into video games. They have one of those chairs that's like red and black and looks like it belongs in a 10-year-old's F-16. So now these guys can be mortar bait. Mortar's actually a little close, and now the mortar even has to retreat, and the Soviet player just cannot get a break. This T-70 hasn't killed anybody yet. It's gone over to the left to push on through, but it turns out there's nobody defending the left. Soviet player feeling like they got egg on their face, realizing, oh, I could have been over there the whole time. Meanwhile, the people who do matter, the combat engineers who eventually need to repair the T-70 over on the right, that's where the enemy is. That's where the bad people are. Let's see, Holy OG, Bob Ross emo, EP Gaming used like that guy. So you know that one Twitch emote that everybody uses, but I can't remember the name of. Great, so Twitch chat is definitely vibrant right now, and Soviet player doing a good job capping this fuel on the left and on the right, but just cut the fuck off on the left. So that's actually going to be really hard to take, come to think of it, because that's close enough to tier 4 that you don't want to bother putting too much into the fight right here, because once you take this, it's like you have nowhere to go except the middle, and if you're going to end up going to the middle, you might as well take the middle in the first place, so you might as well fight over the middle first and then get the cutoff. But that's still a pain, because obviously taking the middle, if the Soviet player could do that, they would have done it. Now we have an AT gun out. This is nice shot blocking here. Get set up. Maybe fire a shot. Looks like they got pretty good vision. And no, they don't. So what you really need is somebody in one of these houses, ideally the church, and then you could totally spot for this thing, but instead the Soviet player are going to have to take it very slow. That's effectively neutralizing this T-70. It now can't drive wherever it wants versus this Panzer IV, but it's gonna fucking try it anyways. I guess the idea is that AT gun is enough of a prophylactic. Oh, but the Panzer IV is going around the arc of fire on the AT gun. Only needs one more shot on this T-70 to destroy it. I'm probably gonna just go for it. It's fucking going for it. It's going for it, guys. It killed the T-70. Now the question is, can it escape? How many people are there? The conscripts have already blown their load, and so it might be a little tough to circle strike the AT gun, except the Panzerfüsilier is here. Nice move here on the AT gun backing. Now that the church is decrewed, they're good to go. The Maxim being decrewed is a big pain in the... Okay, now things are really bad. So even mortars is on AT gun. That's really not what you need to be doing in this situation. That's the least important thing on your agenda. So now the question is, can the German player either steal or destroy the AT gun? Stealing would actually be pretty sweet. You've got a full Volkswagen squad here. This thing is basically full health. It's going to take 20 minutes to blow it up. And yes, love it. Oh, what? Oh, salvage. Didn't think of that. Since when can Volkswagen salvage, by the way? That must have been changed like a year ago, but it's news to me, folks. Grenadiers. News to me. In other news, the recording of this video is up to 30 frames per second, so YouTube is not actually going to get shafted. That's good, because my viewership there is approximately 2,000 times larger than my viewership on Twitch at this point. And so from what I thought was like a certain loss for the Germans has turned into a near sure thing for the Germans. They've even got the Maxim taken, and so I guess the way that happens, I'm trying to think back how that happens. Oh, we always hate to see that. The AT grenades going in maybe going to slow down the Panzer IV enough for the SU-76 to kill it. And how far back did the AT gun go? Where is it? Where's that stolen thing? Did they even... What's even going on? Where did the AT gun go? I can't see it. I can't see it. We'll have to track it down. This looks like the AT gun. That's dead. They must have salvaged it. God, I should pay attention to the shit that's going on. Wow, Panzer IV is dead. So, AT grenades. No joke. They'll take out your engine, and you'll get fucking killed. And, so now the Soviet players right back in it. So we got ourselves a game, guys. We got ourselves a game. I don't know why I'm clapping. But, we've got 3 triple vet conscript squads, so, you know, question is how much is that going to do versus the triple vet Panzerfüsiliers? The answer looks to be, not bad. Not bad, as long as you don't eat a grenade. Now you're actually dead. But, that's because there's more Panzerfüsiliers. Yeah, that's a nice mortar hit. Oh, up to 4. Oh, oof. Nice picking one off. You hate to see those guys get away, though. You know, as the Soviets, you would love to kill that squad. If the Maxim had been in your hands, maybe you could have. These guys need reinforcements. Judge Dredd floating almost 600 manpower, but tightening the noose. Full map control, so when I said we got ourselves a game, The battle is comically loud over your voice. Oh, Jesus, gotta fix that. Alright, let's do this. Pause, stop my record. Okay, we're back. Thanks, everybody. Twitch informed me that they couldn't hear what the fuck I was talking about. They waited until 20 minutes into the game to tell me. That's very good. So, Soviet player just needs, like, I'm thinking a succession of 20 amazing mortar hits, wiping squads with each shell, and then we're good to go. I may have been a little premature when I said we got ourselves a game. Certainly not premature when I said I might have been premature when we got ourselves a game. Also premature when I said the German player had lost like 5 minutes into the game. I'm just rattling off a litany of horrible things I've said. Just horrible things I've said. Earlier I said I don't like German people. That was a horrible thing I said. Totally not true. I know a German guy, definitely not evil, as far as I know him. Actually, I know multiple German people, not at all horrible people, as far as I know. Which is not so great, to be honest. Oh no, the Maxim's gonna go down. Maybe gonna get away if they focus. Oh, they were suppressed by the Maxim itself. The Maxim itself provided the means of its own retreat. Sort of like the bourgeois in capitalism sow the seeds of their own destruction by providing the proletariat with the means to communicate. And so with the loss of that 3 conscript, I think it's time to mourn the conscripts. If there was a rewind button, I'd go back to where the German player started to win the game from that what looked like a sure loss. I think at the time I commented on why it happened, but now I've forgot because I have the memory of a goldfish, and I think Mythbusters showed that goldfish actually have a fine memory. Some squad just going down there, I suppose. On the German, no, on the Russian side, of course. It's conscript squad. Yeah, so I guess I have the memory of the prodigal goldfish. Okay, and it's over. Great. I like that game. That was a really good game. If you weren't here from the very beginning, make sure to watch this when I upload it to YouTube, because I swear to God, German player had totally lost this thing 5 minutes in. But then he didn't. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm going to stop recording.